The digital banking revolution in Bangladesh is accelerating at an unprecedented pace. And this time, it's Google Pay taking center stage. But here's where it gets controversial. While nearly a dozen banks are racing to roll out the service, the real question is whether they're all ready for the technological hurdles that come with it. Let's break it down. Starting with the big picture. 10 additional banks are preparing to integrate Google Pay into their ecosystems within the next 6 months. Among them, tech-forward institutions like Prime Bank, BRAC Bank, Mutual Trust Bank, and Eastern Bank are leading the charge. Their goal? To offer customers a seamless, contactless payment experience by linking MasterCard and Visa cards to Google Wallet. However, as one deputy managing director bluntly admits, every bank wants to launch it, but the reality is that building the infrastructure takes time, and not all are prepared. The timeline for these rollouts is equally telling. Most banks are targeting late 2025 or early 2026, with Prime Bank aiming for Q1 2026 and BRAC Bank pushing for a 2025 launch. Eastern Bank, meanwhile, is focusing on tokenization, a process that secures card data during transactions, and has already partnered with Visa, MasterCard, and Google. But this is the part most people miss. The success of these services hinges on more than just partnerships. It requires rigorous testing to ensure security and reliability, which is why only the most advanced banks are moving quickly. Citibank, the trailblazer, offers a glimpse of what's possible. Since launching Google Pay in June, alongside Google, MasterCard, and Visa, the bank has already attracted 45,000 users in just 2 months. That's not just impressive, it's a sign of the shifting tides in customer behavior. Arap Haider, a senior official at Citibank, notes that new account openings increased by 35% post-launch. We're opening the doors to American Express users next, he adds, predicting a surge to 300,000 users once the feature rolls out. But here's the catch. 75% of Citibank's customers already use Amex cards. Does this mean other banks need to rethink their card partnerships to stay competitive? For the uninitiated, Google Pay works by linking your credit or debit card to a smartphone. When you're at an NFC-enabled terminal, think of it as a high-tech point-of-sale machine. You simply tap your phone to pay. It's fast, secure, and increasingly popular, especially as more people upgrade to NFC-capable devices. Yet the challenges remain. Nazim A. Chowdhury of Prime Bank highlights the growing adoption of NFC phones, but also stresses that usage will explode once the ecosystem matures. So, what's the bigger picture here? On one hand, this shift represents a leap toward a cashless economy. On the other, it raises critical questions. Are smaller banks being left behind in this tech race? Could the focus on international partnerships like Visa and MasterCard undermine local financial systems? And what happens when Amex users dominate the early adopters list while others lag? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Bangladesh's banks are prioritizing the right strategies? Or is this a case of chasing trends over practicality? Share your take in the comments below.